Well, Canadian authorities say they have found 20 bodies in the aftermath of that train derailment and huge fire Saturday. 30 people are still missing and presumed dead. Tanker cars full of oil exploded after the runaway train rolled into the town. Police say the casualty numbers could still change as the investigation continues.
It's still too hot and dangerous to get to much of the crash site, so instead, the families of 30 missing people have been told their loved ones are most likely dead. With 20 bodies already recovered, it takes the presumed death toll from Saturday's train crash to 50.
Oui, t'inquiète pas pour moi, ok? Oh mon Dieu! Oh mon Dieu! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Unmanned and pulling dozens of tankers of oil, the runaway train built up speed over 7 miles before derailing in a town centre in Quebec.
Quebec police are now assuming all those missing after Saturday's devastating oil train blast in the town of Lac-Mégantic are dead. It means the number of people who died in the disaster is put at 50, although only 20 bodies have been recovered. On Wednesday, the boss of the company who owned the runaway train told hostile residents that he believed the engineer in charge was to blame.
All right, gentlemen. Failure of the brakes, it's very questionable whether the brakes, the hand brakes, were properly applied on this train. As a matter of fact, I'll say they weren't, or else we wouldn't have had this incident.
Was it the employee that removed the brakes?
I don't think any employee removed brakes that were set. I think they failed to set the brakes in the first place.
Okay.
The arrival here of the rail company's chief executive comes just a day after the police launched a criminal inquiry into the disaster. Among the things detectives say they'll be looking for are signs of negligence.
The criminal investigation, we still are investigating the crime scenes. We're making numerous encounters with different witnesses everywhere, and we will pursue and we will not neglect any pieces of evidence or people.
Police are interviewing the train's engineer. He left the train after stopping it on a hill about 10 kilometers from the crash site.
We will do everything we can to identify the victims in order to help the grieving process. We're working hard to eliminate environmental damage.
Canadian authorities have launched an investigation to look into possible criminal negligence. The accident is North America's worst railway disaster in more than 2 decades.